feeling again. It's Angle Sting 2. I mean, you can just feel the hair stand up on your arms. I mean, just thinking about the epic battle that they had and realizing that they're going to do it again. This time, though, Kurt Angle doesn't have the belt. As you see his wife unhappy with the way this whole situation's gone down, following behind. But Kurt Angle is going to have to take every distraction out of his mind, Mike, if he wants to take on the Icon Sting, who is in it for personal reasons.
How closely does Angle associate himself with the TNA World's title? To the point that he refers to it as my championship. To the point that he will do anything, and I mean anything, to regain the power, prestige, and control. What an emotional night it was at Bound for Glory in Atlanta, Georgia, when Sting became the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion for a second time. While I'm sure that winning the title in his former hometown at TNA's signature event of the year was important, it was obvious by tonight's pre-match comments that Sting is motivated and driven by more than just that. The opportunity to once again avenge the physical abuse that Angle delivered to Sting's son Garrett on national TV has to be on Sting's mind. He said that every time he has the chance to put his hands on Angle, he flashes back to the helpless feeling he had when he was forced to watch from 3,000 miles away as Angle roughed up his son. Even Karen Angle told Kurt tonight, Sting, that's not a mad wrestler, that's a PO'd parent. To the six-sided ring and Jeremy Borash for the official introduction to the world title match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the combatant standing. To my right, he weighed in at 236 pounds. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist. This is the challenger, Kurt Angle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, weighing in at 245 pounds, from Venice Beach, California, he is the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World. This is the Icon, Sting.
Just like in Atlanta, Georgia at Bound for Glory, Don West, you can feel that tension, you can feel the goosebumps. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Sting Angle 2.
You know, normally it's the champion that's the hunted one. It's the champion that has the bullseye on his chest. But in Sting's mind, Kurt Angle's the hunted. Kurt Angle has that target because he put his hands on his family. And Sting just wants to do anything he can to exact that revenge that only a parent, that anger that only a parent can feel.
This is the match that main evented Bound for Glory. Our signature event, our biggest pay-per-view, and yes, our best pay-per-view of 2007. Ladies and gentlemen, this is total non-stop action. This is what separates us from everyone else. This is what TNA does best. Pay-per-view quality main event on Thursday Night Impact.
I mean, it is hard to believe that we're actually here again, this close to Bound for Glory, seeing Sting Angle in the rematch. That feeling when Sting won that title, that emotion that came through the crowd, Mike, it's something I'll never forget as long as I live.
No question. Emotional evening, electric evening as well in Atlanta, Georgia. The reaction of the fans, obviously, to Sting regaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And tonight, Sting looks to hold on to the gold. The championship belt on that he's worked so hard to get as Angle puts the shoulder into Sting and goes right away for the pin attempt.
Well, you can see right now they're feeling each other out. Just grabbing a hold and just seeing what the other one's got left over from Bound for Glory. One thing that I worry about with Sting is that he's made this too personal. Maybe he's a little too emotional about everything going on, whereas with Kurt Angle, it's obvious it's all business.
Look at Sting explode off the ropes, puts the shoulder into Angle, and then neutralizes him, takes him back down to the mat, back to the basics with that side headlock takeover.
I mean, he just grabbed him around the head and flipped him over, as you can see Karen Angle looking on with a look of despair, a look of knowing what her husband's in for tonight with Sting.
Who better than the veteran Sting? Over 20 years, Don, in professional wrestling, who would know how to channel his emotions. You talked about Sting possibly getting too high for a matchup like this against Kurt Angle. Because of the personal feelings involved, I think if there's one individual on the TNA roster, Don, who can remain totally focused, it's somebody like Sting. He's been there on the big stage so many times in the past. So many high-pressure, high-profile matchups. Takes Angle down. Look at Sting off the ropes. The leapfrog by Angle, and then right back to the side headlock.
You know, Mike, you talked about the big stage. No stage was bigger than the biggest pay-per-view in TNA history, Bound for Glory. It started with Ultimate X, where LAX defeated Triple X in the most innovative match in TNA history. And then AJ Styles and Tomko. What a combination, winning the Tag Team Championship against Team Pac-Man.
And we will see those two teams square off next week on Thursday Night Impact. LAX versus AJ Styles and Tomko for the TNA World Tag Team titles. But also at Bound for Glory, who can ever forget Abyss winning the Monsters Ball match? And how about Gail Kim making history? First ever TNA Knockout Champion, and the night was crowned by Sting once again gaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship in his old stomping grounds of Atlanta, Georgia.
I mean, it was just an incredible night from top to bottom, but you couldn't top this. It was just that feel, realizing two of the greatest that has ever walked into a ring, fighting it out for the World Championship, with Sting coming out victorious, and now, less than 2 weeks later, we're witnessing it all again.
Did you ever think that you would see, in the opening minutes of this matchup, Sting out wrestling the Olympic gold medalist wrestler Kurt Angle? But that's exactly what we've seen here. Sting totally in control, and look at Angle out of nowhere. A couple of quick shots to the ribcage, and then he takes him high into the air and crashes him down with the backdrop suplex.
Well, maybe Sting was a little too methodical there for a bit, as Kurt Angle saw the window open just a crack, and he took him down and got the momentum, and now the crowd always fully on the side of Sting, trying to send a message to Kurt Angle, and then what an uppercut. What an uppercut.
European uppercut by Angle. Totally rocked Sting. You saw his head snap back as the back of his head made contact with the canvas. Look of confidence as the challenger quickly takes control of the match. Sets Sting up in the corner, measures him. First it's the big right hand, then repeated boots to the midsection. Shot after shot, just kicking him right in the gut, and now takes the boot and puts it right across the side of the face of Sting, and trying also at the same time to cut off his wind, putting that boot on the neck of the champ.
And you can see him grabbing onto those ropes, too, to get extra torque. You can just see it. His face is... Right now, Kurt Angle's doing everything that he wants. Another uppercut. But, oh! Look at Sting grab him in that spine buster. I thought he was teetering, but he was waiting, and he saw his moment, and he just creamed Kurt Angle.
You saw it like I did. Desperation move by Sting to take Angle down, power him down with that spine buster. But, boy, it sure has paid off, because the complexion of this match once again switches to the champ. Sting in control now again. After the series of boots, Sting's gonna go for the suplex, and he just snaps it off. Elevates Angle over. Follow cover. Here's two only. Leg strength of Angle enables him to power out.
I mean, it's just fun watching the mind games that these two play. It looked to me like Kurt Angle totally in control, and now look at the turnaround. And Sting bringing the rights right down on the head as the crowd counts on 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sting right now in total control of this match. Wait a minute. Here comes Kevin Nash. Things have just gotten worse for Kurt Angle.
Nash promised that he wanted to watch Sting kick Angle's butt. More of Sting versus Angle for the TNA World title on Thursday Night Impact. And we're back on Thursday Night Impact with the biggest matchup that we've ever had. The TNA World's Heavyweight Championship, Sting and Kurt Angle, and Angle belly to belly, overhead release, suplex leads to a 2 count.
Kurt Angle upset as Kevin Nash looking on with a concerned look.
This is what went down during the commercial break. For a split second, Sting lost his focus when he went to check on Kevin Nash, and that was the opening that Kurt Angle, the challenger, needed.
But did you notice what Kevin Nash did? When Sting went outside the ring, Kevin Nash made a point of getting up, walking away, and sending a message to Kurt Angle that he is not going to be there to help him.
Out of nowhere, Sting connects with a desperation DDT, spiking Angle down to the canvas as referee Rudy Charles puts in the count, and Kevin Nash looks on.
He's got a concerned look, and you wonder who's going to be the first one to get to their feet, as the count now is all the way to 8. But almost simultaneously, Angle and Sting, and then the clothesline, and another clothesline by Sting.
He's got that tunnel vision back again. He's got his focus. Running clothesline, takes Angle up and over the top and down to the floor at the feet of his wife, Karen.
Oh, and you can see the momentum switching as Kevin Nash again looks on, and you can see that he is in no way, shape, or form, Mike, coming to Kurt Angle's aid out here in the ring.
Now, Sting flings Angle chest first into the safety rail, right into that steel guard rail, and now face first into the steel steps.
I just creamed his face right into the steps, right into the ring post. But you can see right there the counter by Kurt Angle raking the ice, and then flings him right on Kevin Nash. Wow! You can see Sting right there just cold caught Kevin Nash, and now he comes right back at Kurt Angle.
You know, I can't blame Sting one bit. After that interference by Kevin Nash at Bound for Glory, it was almost like a defense mechanism. Sting just protecting himself, and he hits the Stinger Splash in the corner.
But in that case, Kevin Nash didn't do anything. He just landed on top of him. Nash didn't hit him at all. Oh, what a shot by Kurt Angle.
Suplex by Angle. Takes Sting overhead as Nash slowly makes his way up to his feet right here in front of us.
Well, you can see it's kind of smoldering there as he realizes the shot that Sting gave him right in the mouth as Kurt Angle right now gets to his feet, and he's trying to get himself charged up to try to finish Sting right here.
Angle gonna go for the scoop. Attempted a tombstone pile driver. Let's see if Sting can fight him off. And he does. Sting takes him up. Sting pile driver attempt, and it's countered. Reversed into that ankle lock by Angle.
Kurt Angle's got it cinched in as he's gonna try to make Sting tap Sting. What a counter. He just rolls it over and sends the boot into Angle to get him off of him.
Here comes the Olympic slam. No, Sting floats over. Double leg takedown. He's got the scorpion if he can step over. Step over and sit down with the submission hold.
And he's got him right in the middle of the ring. And he's got it cinched in. As you can see, Kurt Angle's fighting the pain.
He's on the verge of tapping out.
He's gonna tap right here. And you see Sting pointing at Nash. Don't you dare come in this ring. He's gonna end it. And now Nash gets up to the ring apron.
What the hell's this? What's Nash doing up here? Oh, no. Big right hand by Sting rocks Nash.
In Sting's mind, it's the same thing in Bound for Glory. And then Kurt Angle rams. And look at this.
Here it is.
Olympic slam. He just nailed the Olympic slam.
The Olympic slam. The move that has won Kurt Angle so many matches and so many championships throughout his career. But the referee's knocked down. Calls for another ref. Earl Hebner in. No!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Kurt Angle!
Oh, this is BS!
This is disgusting. I cannot believe we're going to see a title change with that crap that was pulled by Kevin Nash. Unbelievable. He came up to the ring apron where he didn't belong, and it cost Sting.